guys, my name is Netia. Born again. I love the Lord as my personal savior. I am a wife to a very handsome man, Mr. Justus Netia, and we've been married for almost close to 3 years now. And God has blessed us with a very, very amazing child by the name Avisha Netia. He's now 1.5 years old today. He was born on such a date like this, right?
Exactly.
Yes. And besides that, I am a marketer and an actress and a kingdom ambassador in media, arts, and entertainment.
My name is Justus Netia. I'm a video journalist by profession. I'm a father. I'm a born-again Christian, and I love swimming. We met way back in 2010 when you had gone out for a work trip in Malindi. Actually, by that time I was working as a camera person. She was the reporter for that day. And during that day, I had a still camera and I was busy taking photos. And when we came back to Nairobi, it was no time to collect the photos for her. And that's how the story started, and here we are.
Wow. Okay, he noticed me fast, but I didn't know that he had noticed me. Just like he has said that he was the one who was taking pictures. I asked him to send the pictures to me, but he was taking too long. I think I got the pictures after 1 year or so.
Exactly, it was 1 year and 2 months.
Yes, after 1 year, 2 months, asking for pictures, yes?
Actually, to me, I don't know how I can put it, but it really worked well for me, because she kept on asking for the photos.
Yes.
Actually, it really gave me another time to kuweza kumpata pia, because now she really wanted the photos, and it was really hard to get her. So, yeah. In fact, at some point, I actually had given up. And things just worked out later on. Maybe after like 4 or 5 years, that's when now we had to sit down and have a chat and agree on the modalities of working things way forward.
Yes, and the reason why it took so long is because I didn't want to just get into any kind of relationship, because I wanted a relationship that could actually lead to marriage, because I know marriage is not a joke. It's a serious thing. Once you're in it, you're not going to get out of it. So it took very long, but I thank God, because I'm very happy being with him. I don't regret anything, and it's working. It's working, right?
Yeah, it is. It's working. To me, first and foremost, she was very beautiful to behold, and I really wanted nilitaka tuweze kuanza kuwa mabeste, and it was really hard for me, but to me, I saw a jewel, so I had to pursue and put in my efforts.
The first time I saw him, to be honest, I didn't feel anything, because we were actually going for a work trip, and that particular day, I'd used a boda from my house till, the workstation where we were going. And I was so dusty. I was full of dust because, like, boda, you all understand. And I didn't want to talk to a lot of people, so I was in the van that we were using and just trying to clean myself up, but I didn't notice anything. But as we were going to Malindi, I noticed that this guy, he was a little bit extra. Like, he was taking so many shots, and at some point I was like, why is he taking so many shots? Is he overworking or what? But I didn't tell him. It was just a thought in my mind, but I didn't think anything would actually come, yes, would actually come this far.
First and foremost, actually, ours is a long story, because that was in the year 2010. The moment, the time of making the first move now, this was in 2015. So those are 5 years down the line. And there's some silent years in between here from 2011, I think up to 2013. There was a point actually I just decided even to delete the number, but I had it in my mind. So I deleted it on my phone, but kwa kichwa yangu bado nilikuwa najua offered actually I could ningeza kuisema na kuiandika. So during this time in 2014 I'd travel out. Actually that time I got another job outside the country in Nigeria. So that time I said actually if I don't meet her this day, I don't think I'll ever meet her again. So that's when I called her. It was siku hiyo alikubali kukuja. Because actually nimwambia pia if we don't meet I'm going out and maybe I'll come back after many years and I don't know how it will look like. So that's when we met. On that fateful night, I remember it was on 3rd March 2015. And that's when I told her my intentions. But she still didn't agree with me. And akaniambia, enda kwanza penye unaenda, then we'll talk. So we had to start kuongea kwa simu sasa, using WhatsApp, Skype. That time WhatsApp ilikuwa bado haijashika. So we used to use Skype and phone calls. And after some time, actually, no, it was a bit hard for us, but either way, we made it through, and she was able to say yes, and here we are today.
I was like, oh my God, this guy has just called me. He's telling me that he's going out of the country. Is he out of his mind or something? Is he sure of where he's going? So, but I still didn't have a lot of feeling. I had some kidogo feelings, but I was not very sure about him. And I used to be like, oh my God, who's this guy? Like, because, you know, we had met for quite a number of times. Like, we used to go for dates, yeah, in town, and, you know, just meet and talk. But I was not talking when we were, like, that time we were meeting. I was always quiet, seated like this, waiting to hear what he has to say. I was not sure if he's in love with Daisy or if he's in love with the, yes, the other side of me, you know?
So she had to take it up directly. Akaniuliza, okay, by the way, what are you up to? Hebu niambie mpango zako nini? Because at some point na ilibidi nimeweka kwa saa friendship zone ile, like hakuna story mob.
Na ulikuwa unanipigia kila siku.
Nilikuwa nakupigia kila siku saa zote mawia. Akaniambia, by the way, what are you up to? Because now no man ever calls me at 10 o'clock hizi masaa zote. Okay, just be plain, niambie what's up. Kwambia yenyewe ni hivi na vile, kuna venye. Akaniambia, give me time, let me think about it. So after like 2 days, she said, yes. I was so happy. In fact, that day aliniambia, okay, I love you. Hey, that day niliruka kwa nyumba yote. Okay, one day later, akanitumia message akamwambia, I don't think this thing will work. Square 010. I don't think. I think I was just happy and this is just fantasy. That day I didn't work. But nikasema yenyewe, God, anyway, let your will be done. After some time again, after 2 days again, akaniambia, thought about it, let's give it a try. It was not easy. It wasn't easy.
Hey, me kusema ukweli, I was so scared about these guys who work in the media. I was really scared, you know. And I'd heard so many things about guys who work in the media, and I work in the media myself, so I used to see the way other people, you know, behave and even treat women. So just like I'd said when we were starting this, I wasn't very sure. I really wanted to be sure that this is the right person for me, because I just didn't want to get into a relationship. I wanted to get into a relationship that actually leads to marriage. And there's one thing that really stood out for him compared to other guys I'd met and all that: his love for God. Oh my God. This guy loves God. He really loves God, and he loves to worship, and he loves to read the word of God. And I mean, to me, that was it. If there's one thing that I was really praying for, I asked God to give me a man who has a very deep relationship with him, and he was the one. Yes.
The proposal part, I involved one of my friends. It was my sister and one of her friends. Then we went to another hotel near Rongai, And we just agreed with the waiters. We agreed with the whole staff on, like, it was just like any other date. It was just any other date and that we're supposed to go. Nikamwambia tunaenda date, tuende place fulani. That time I think she was coming up from church hiyo wakati jioni. Nikamwambia ni aje, leo I think we should go out for a dinner. Akasema ni sawa. Na nilikuwa nisha arrange na waiters, the whole plan and everything. Even the friend was there. Alafu wakatuletea food. Then ring walikuwa shachukua already. Walikuwa shachukua wameenda nayo. Then tukamwambia let's go and have a look at the rooms because maybe when you want to get married we'll come into these rooms one of these fine days. Tukaenda kutembea tukaenda huko hivyo alafu it happened. Then I went to one of my knees and I proposed. And she said yes, then we started the journey.
I was not so sure what he was up to because he was, we are eating, but there's something that he wants to say. He's not saying it. He's just ordering for more food. I've finished eating. I'm wondering, oh my God, will I finish all this food, And you remember, you kept on ordering for chips, whatever, sausages, whatever. So me, I was like, okay, fine, I'll do takeaway. See, I was single then, yeah, so it's an advantage. So after that, he told me that we needed to go and check something was it what we were going to check?
Yeah, you're supposed to check the rooms. I think that time it was approaching Christmas. So.
Yes, it was approaching Christmas. So when we went behind the hotel, it was like a garden with a gazebo. And then it was just the two of us. And then he was like, there's something that I want to tell you. And and the rest continued. Yes, and then just standing like this. Oh my God, after he had knelt, that's when I realized, oh my God, this is a proposal. And oh my friends were there, the whole hotel was there. It was so glamorous. It's something that I just used to see on TV. And now this was actually happening to me. I was in shock and I thank God for that.
First and foremost, what I can say to the young men out there, dating is a process that leads to marriage. And for a proper dating, you need to have rules of engagement. Like there are things that you just have to avoid in order to reach the destination that you want to. Things like, let's say when you're together, you should always try to avoid being place mko peke yenu. Kwa sababu you're not trees, you're not stones. You may end up doing things that will end up ruining your relationship in the long run. Also, once you've realized the person that you want to, this is the person nimekubali kwamba nitamuoa. Dating should not take long time. Ati miaka 10, sijui miaka 7. Kwani, okay, I don't think it should take that long. I think kama sisi, for us actually, once we realized that kwamba we are meant for each other, actually we just did it for 1 year. And we got married. We started the wedding plans and everything and we got married. So to me, I'd say it should not be that long. Number 2, it should have the rules of engagement because there are things that you will do when you're in dating zenye ukifanya zita affect marriage yako. So you really need to set up rules on how to date. Things like when to meet, where to meet, and even the kind of friends that you relate to during that process.
As for me, I'd say dating is a time of getting to know this person that you'd want to spend the rest of your life with. It's not a time of testing, if you understand what I mean, because anything that you do when you're dating, it's later on going to affect your marriage. So I'd like to advise any young person here who's watching this, like maybe you're dating or you're planning to date, please involve other people, Don't just walk alone in this dating thing. You yourself, you're the only person who knows that you're dating this person, but other people, they don't know. Because nowadays things happen. You hear girls going for dates and they don't return, yeah? And you even hear people being so depressed about, dating, like they start dating somebody and then after some time they realize that this thing is not working, and what do? They end up being depressed and they even hang themselves, yeah? So you need to work with people who have gone through this thing, yeah? Who are established, because I can remember we had a best couple who are actually working with us. They had gone ahead of us, and besides that, we also used to like go for classes in our church known as Live and Cleave, and we learned so much from Live and Cleave, what it means to date, what it means to like, you know, just interact with each other, you know. Yeah, so like you have to be accountable. Our wedding was at then House of Grace. Right now it's called Harvest Family Church, and it was on the 16th of June. 2016, 16th of June 2016. Wow. Yes, and oh my God, it was packed. We tried making it on a Friday, but we were so surprised because so many people came. The church was so full. We didn't think that a lot of guys would come because, you know, Fridays people are working. Most of our friends, you know, they go to work during the week. So like, oh, by the time I was just, you know, walking inside the church, you know, I'd not known what's happening, you know, I'd not seen the deco. Like, oh my God, everybody was just standing for me. Kai, it was a moment, and tears were just flowing like this, and I was like, God, thank you for making it happen, because I'd waited for a very long time. And the other part that really made me feel very, very happy is just seeing my mom and my father just holding my hands like this as guys walking down the aisle, because it's the first, I'm the first person to get married in my family, and it's something that my mom really wanted. He was like, as for you, you have to do a wedding. It was such an emotional moment. Yeah, just seeing what God can do when you wait.
As for me, the one thing I can remember is just seeing the whole thing that I've been planning for almost a year plus just happening in a single day, and everything was done. I remember by the time I was coming to the close of the day, it was such a high moment for me, because actually that process was not easy. Dealing with the vendors, fighting with people with ideas, with a lots of ideas. Everyone is giving you his or her own ideas on what they think should be for a perfect wedding. And to me, just coming to the end of the session and just seeing the day successful was one of the highest moments for me, and nashukuru sana for that. During our first month of after our wedding, you know, that time, actually, you see, she had never been married before. I'd never been married before. This is a new thing. So we are just trying to, we're exploring, we're trying to see, okay, we're trying to see ikitu inakaje. But with time tuliweza tukazoeana, alafu every day we keep on learning. Kuna wakati tunakosana, I have my own ideas, she has her own ideas. But at the end of the day, we end up merging them and making them into one compact idea so that we can forge ahead for the sake of our family. Yeah, but it wasn't easy at the first. But with time, we just kept on now to, I had to understand her, she had to understand me.
For me, it was not very easy because I'd not lived with somebody, and you know, I was so used to doing things my own way, and now you're with this person. I can remember there's something that he used to do that really used to piss me off. Like, you know me, when I've mopped a place, there's a way I mop, and I don't like it when I'm mopping, somebody is there stepping. That thing just used to make me so annoyed. But nowadays, it's not really an issue.
I think our turning point was when we attended another marriage.
Oh, yes!
We attended a marriage seminar.
Yes.
And in that seminar,
it was Dr. who?
Shikanda.
Yes,
somebody.
Dr. Shikanda.
So in that meeting, actually, he was just describing me.
Yeah.
He was just describing me, exactly. And from that day, Liporudi home, we had peace in our house. I understand kwamba it's not my husband, it's most of the men.
Yes.
As in tabia yao ni hivyo. So akasema, that's when you had peace in the house, because actually that time it was really taking a tall order on me. And that's when actually we really had peace.
And I really thank God for those
for that seminar.
Yes, for the seminar. And that's not the only seminar that we've attended. We're always attending seminars like yearly, organized by the church and even outside the church, just getting to hear about people who've gone ahead of us, what they do. And oh my God, we have these two couples that I really admire. That's Pastor Jimmy Masharia and Pastor Mercy Masharia. Those are our spiritual parents. And you know what? They speak to us about everything, you know, in their marriage. Like recently we went for a couple's dinner on the 14th. Yes, on the 15th of February. It was just so amazing. And I think this is what just keeps us going. Like when we see other people like were able to like go through this stage and they made it, overcome it, that's what keeps us, you know, going. Yeah. Yes. I really thank God for blessing us with a very sweet, blessed young boy by the name Nisim Avisha Netia. Nisim means mighty miracles. Avisha means a gift from God. Yes, and those two names are Hebrew names. Yeah. We decided to go the Hebrew way. Yes, and one thing I remember is, you know, my pregnancy was a very easy pregnancy. I didn't have complications, but he's going to talk about that. And if there's one thing that one thing that has really stood out for him as a father is the fact that he's always been there. Do you know the funniest bit of it is that my husband he's very good with the baby even more than me.
During that process, actually, as much as she's spoken that it was an easy ride, it wasn't easy to some point when on my part. You know, she could just wake up one day and maybe I've gone to work and where are you? Because nimempigia simu niko Mudhurwa. Unafanya ni Mudhurwa? Ametoka kutembea hadi Gikomba kufanya shopping zake. Kwambia ni nini umeniambia? Kuna nimetembea tu.
Yes. Yani hii mimba haikuwa inataka nikae chini. I just used to go. I used to find it so hard to sit down.
And there are moments angeenda kwa matatu. Lakini kwa matatu anaambia mtu mwenye amekaa hapo mbele, shuka. Mwenye amekaa mbele kwa kiti ya mbele.
Yes, shuka.
No, anafika anapata kuna mtu amekaa katikati hapo anashuka anambia kuambia hapana. Wewe songa huko ndani, mimi nakaa hapa hivi. And at some point she used to have very, I don't know if it's, we had the cravings. Siku moja angeamka tu aseme sasa mimi ni Mutura tu. She goes for Muturas. Usiku midnight anaamuka. Then when she knows realize kwamba nimejua, unasikia na tiptoe kwa nyumba pole pole. She goes to the fridge to remove the ice cubes. Sasa sio unasikia kuru kwa bed. She knows. So those are some of the fun moments you see.
You remember this time, like, I don't know what happened. You threw all the ice cubes because, you know, you had warned me and told me that, you know, he does not want to see me eating those ice cubes again because they're not very good for me and the baby. So one day I'm waking up to take ice cubes and I didn't get even a single ice cube. I cried. So I was like, are you against me or what?
And that's when now she came back and asked me about it. Niambia okay, si tuliagree ukasema utakula. So akarudi sasa. Me I didn't know when she chomokad kwa bed kwenda kutafuta ice cubes. But those were the moments. One thing I can say about marriage, it's a journey that you need to live together, whereby every day you keep on learning. It's a learning process, whereby it's like a corporate, whereby you have to do things together. And for you to have a fruitful marriage, you just need to keep on praying and keep on learning from the people who have already gone ahead of you. Because this is a new thing, actually. And as you enter into this institution, you need to learn from the mistakes of the people who have already gone ahead of you, and reading books, and out of that you'll be able to achieve a fruitful marriage.
I'd say prayer is that one thing that, you know, has really kept us, you know, glued to our marriage. And marriage works. Let not anybody tell you that marriage does not work. Just as he has said, learning from people who've gone ahead of you. Wow. Hey, sweethearts. I'm very happy and very proud to be your wife, and I really enjoy doing life with you. You have always been there for me. You have encouraged me to be a better woman, and besides that, you have also encouraged me to be a prayerful woman, and I'm hoping to do the rest of my life with you. Thank you so much for choosing me to be your wife, and thank you so much for always praying for me, and thank you so much for believing in me. I promise to make you the best husband in the world.
Thank you. Hey, sweetheart.
Yes.
I love you so much, and my love for you has even grown better than the first time that I saw you. And I just want to say thank you so much for being a great wife and being the best mother to our son Nisim. And I just want to thank God for you, and I just want to let you know that I'll keep on loving you and grow old with you till the day is done.
I would like to say thank you so much to the management of Ebru TV for thinking about us to just come and share our love story. I hope you got inspired with our story. And you know, the last thing I'd like to tell our viewers is that it's very good to have people who've gone ahead of you when it comes to marriage, the right people who are going to advise you about your marriage. And one of the things that I'd say it's very important is having a spiritual covering, because you know, when you have a spiritual covering, you know, there are things that you're gonna face in your marriage and you're gonna know how to just overcome them. But without the presence of a spiritual covering, it becomes very hard for you to just do marriage alone. Another thing that I'd say, you know what, church is very important. Just in case you're there, you don't have a church, and you know, you'd want to get married, it's very good to even connect yourself to the church, because the church is the most powerful organization that we have, you know, anywhere in this world. So connect yourself to the church. And I mean, you know, as long as you are in the church and you follow the teachings of your pastor, and I mean, your marriage is gonna work, because this marriage thing, it's a very spiritual thing. It's not just a physical thing. Thank you so much, and God bless you all for watching.
Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity of bestowed upon us. And today, I just want to say one thing: marriage works. And one thing that was told by my father before I got married, when I'd taken my wife for introduction, he told me one thing: no one can make up your marriage. You're the one who is supposed to make up your marriage and see how you want it to look like. You're the one who's going to work out your own marriage. So one thing I can say is walk your own path. Don't look at other people's marriage and think that you'll follow the same suit, whereby you'll end up saying that will end up in divorce. You have to try and work out your own marriage and put God first in all that you do, and learn from the people who have already gone ahead of you. Then you'll be able to learn from the pros and cons and the things they've done which have failed and the things which have succeeded, in order to craft out your own path. Yeah.